you. Didn't think you were real.
I'm real when it's useful.
Look, there's no two ways about it. The Zack Snyder's Justice League cut that's going to be released on HBO Max, that was fought for like what? Almost 3 years by Snyder fans to be released. It's a pretty big deal. It's almost like an event. And the reactions are insane. And it's I haven't seen this kind of reaction since, I'm pretty sure people remember this, but it was in Comic-Con. I forgot what year it was, where they first announced Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, and you see the actor Harry Lennox, and he's like, he says a line from the iconic comic from the Dark Knight Returns, and then he says, I want you to remember the one man who beat you, and it shows the logo, and you remember the huge reaction towards that. It feels similar like that, so it is a huge deal, and it is pretty amazing, because we're gonna see basically the DCEU kind of flushed out, because you're gonna have characters like Darkseid in it, Steppenwolf, the original design, not even Hal Jordan, but the Green Lantern Corps, they're gonna be in it, Martian Manhunter, all this stuff. You're gonna have that in the 4-hour epic that's gonna be released in HBO Max. It's an event. It's absolutely amazing. But now there's also talks of a Air cut, which blows my mind, because I didn't think there was actually a cut. But apparently there is, and apparently there was an original cut of the Suicide Squad, where there are some story elements in it that actually ties into Justice League, which has parademons. There are mother boxes, which blows my mind. I'm just thinking, why isn't this in the original cut? Because it ties in properly with Justice. Warner Brothers at that time, the old management, the old guard at that time, I do not understand the thought process. But anyways, apparently that's gonna be a thing, maybe, possibly. I assume if Justice League does well, I'm assuming that's what they're gonna do next. Because AT&T on Twitter and HBO Max on Twitter, they're very active with the fans, and they were just saying maybe one day it will happen, stuff like that. Even David Ayer chimed in on that, and it got me thinking: will the release of the Snyder Cut on HBO Max, will this affect the future of the DCEU films as a whole? Honestly, it probably is a stupid stance for me to take. I think it will. I think but the consensus right now online is like it will be its own thing. It will not affect the DCEU films as a whole. They're doing their own thing. This is just a self-contained content for HBO, and possibly they could be 100% right. But I hold no illusion that my thoughts on this is pretty stupid, is pretty far-fetched, that is never going to happen. But nonetheless, it's just that there are some reports that they're putting 20 to 30 million into this. They're actually going to fund it, and it's going to be released on HBO Max. 20 to 30. It's just the idea that they're putting money to this, that there's a cut, and they're gonna put 20 to 30 million into this to get finished and to be put on HBO Max, and it's not going to affect anything. It's hard for me to believe in that. It really is. Again, I admit it really is a stupid stance, but at the same time, so you're gonna put all that money into it and it won't do anything? It just be a self-made thing on HBO Max? I don't know. And the thing is, the way I'm seeing it, the way I see it right now in the DCEU films, it's pretty stagnant. Nothing's really, like, for example, Wonder Woman I loved, Aquaman I loved, Shazam I loved. It's all great. But then you have stuff like Birds of Prey, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch. I have no interest in watching Birds of Prey, and apparently it didn't make as much money as they thought it did, and it's not doing well. Apparently, I haven't seen anything. It's just what I'm hearing from the online. and it's not really doing anything. But in my head, it's smart if they do this, because if they saw the screening of it, everyone was there, the finance people, the execs, almost anyone important, and was in that room. And Zach screened it, and they liked it. I'm pretty sure they are pumped for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be funding it. They would just toss that idea out the window. So to think that they're doing all this and not having an effect in a wider DCEU, it feels like a missed opportunity. Because right now, from what I see, the DCEU films are making just standalone films. From what I could see, there's no arc in the whole universe. Like, for example, in the Marvel universe, yes, there's standalone films, but there are connective tissues and there is an arc, and the arc is the Infinity Stones. But DC does not have that. They have individual movies, but there's no, like, arc. There's no, like, story that's connecting them all together and pushing them forward. It's not there. So I think by doing the Snyder Cut, and with all the lore that's in the Snyder Cut, like the Mother Box, Parademons, the Lanterns, all this, they could use this as a springboard to push the universe along. So after, like, the new Wonder Woman film, there could be, like, the next film, I don't know, like Shazam 2, or Batman, or Superman, or whatever. They could reference Zack Snyder's Justice League and use story elements from there and push the universe forward and creating this arc. They can mention a Mother Box, Darkseid and Doomsday, stuff like that. Again, I could be wrong. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I'm 100% wrong. But it opens up so many possibilities. And that's why I think this is a big deal if they handle this right. And again, there's now like hints that they're gonna do the same thing with Air's Cut. And how much money are they gonna pour into that? And I just think they are so all in, and the way that AT&T are connecting with fans on Twitter. I don't have Twitter. I hate Twitter, but the way they're connecting, having this conversation with people, normal fans of Twitter, I'm like, nah, I think there's something big happening. It's a big deal. I think something big is happening, and I hope so, because that would be so cool. That would be absolutely cool. And that's my take. And thank you for watching this video.